That's a problem.
I mean, that's a big problem. This is the only bathroom we have out here besides, you know, all this out here. Trying to drive them wild down there, aren't you?
Well, I mean, I'm not trying. It's just that's what they do.
That door looks good.
Yeah, I still need to do a second coat on it, but it's getting there.
No. Really, I just wanted to come up here and show them that you don't do everything perfect either.
I don't do anything perfect.
No, I'm just kidding. Well, this
and yes,
looks great
this needs
too.
another coat, but
It looks cool though.
that was my Thanksgiving Day project.
So nice. You're gonna leave that blue trim up there, aren't you?
Yeah, that's the best part.
Hey guys, welcome back to K&S Get Out. I think the cooler temperatures are here, and I think they're probably gonna stay. They're not as cold as it could be. I think we're in the, what, early middle 40s right now?
Yeah, it's cold enough that it's time to swap out our clothing.
Yeah, the insulated bibs, the layers.
Yep.
Pretty much live outside, you know?
Yeah. Goodness, guys. You act like you're so neglected.
Man, that's little Mario that's belting out. He learned that from Mama.
Yeah, he did.
She's still making her noises too.
Did you join the welcoming committee? Hi, Herc. Hi, buddy.
Hey,
Hey,
we're-
where's your
we're here.
Snoopy? Hey,
we're here, little Mario.
come on.
Hi, Bubba.
Hi, buddy. Hi. I know, stay down. Stay down.
Hi, big guy.
I know. You're excited.
He says, do me first, do me first.
Always.
Patient Pete. He's like, don't pet Spruce first.
I'm glad to see you guys are part of the welcoming committee.
Everybody
Spruce
here and safe and accounted for.
I think Herc's teaching them like, hey, the more we can get over here, the quicker we'll get mom and dad down here.
Yeah, he sits about right there and stares up about right there. If we let Nall out in the morning, she likes to come over here and show off that she's free. And then Herc just sits here and stares up at the camper to see if one of us is coming around the corner.
What are you doing? Huh?
Not bad habits or nothing.
This is a terrible habit.
No, hugs
love
are
you
for
too.
hugs are for love,
I love you
mommy.
too. Yes, I do.
Mom, I'm almost as tall as you.
I know. If I stand up, look at this, man.
Wait, go back down. Go back down.
Okay, we can't do this. No, we cannot be doing this. Get down. Get down.
Mhm.
Wipe away all the evidence, Herc. It never happened.
Herc, you want pet Spruce too? You want pet Spruce too, buddy? Oh, Ouija.
How is everybody? Hi, Miss Blue.
Look at her holding still.
She has even started like coming over for attention.
She's getting better and better
Yep.
at
You're getting sweeter and
accepting
sweeter.
love. Hi there, Bear.
Hey, check this out.
I know. That's a boy.
Good girl,
Good
Blue.
job, Blue. I
know.
cannot believe we got to catch that.
Come here.
So as you guys know, we
job.
creep on our animals, on our cameras a lot. And a lot of what we report to you when we're telling you stories and things comes from what we see on the cameras when we're not down here and how they naturally act with one another. And it's always a joy to look down here and see Hercules and Blue up on the Herc hut together. And it's happening more frequently. We told you in, I think it was a couple weeks ago. Oh, she's really soaking it up. We told you a couple weeks ago that we think she may be pregnant, and we thought that was kind of changing the dynamic between her and Herc as far as their progress. However, of late, and maybe you know what, it might have been because of our Thanksgiving parade.
You think that's what it is?
There is some improvement. Now he'll still get hyper, especially before the evening feeding, and he's getting impatient. And he starts to play a little chase game with them, and he likes to put all the goats down in Goatville, and then he
man.
guards from right there and says, you guys graze until they come.
I got slimed.
So we still get chased a little bit, don't we, Larry? Good boy. Yeah, just letting her be. Boy, the poop factory was busy last night, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
You know, even though it was cold, a lot of them were still out
Yeah.
till like, what, 9:30?
Oh, even later than that.
What's hilarious is the trained ones. Or maybe they've got us trained. She says, hey, get my food. We go in there. The boys, by the way. These are the Mario brothers. They were banded, I don't even know how long it's been now. Well, it would have been week Friday, right?
Yeah, I think you're right.
So they were banded a week ago Friday, and I'm happy to report they're 100% back to normal, minus the boy things they were doing before they got banded. So everything is in effect. We're on the right track. All right, is it food time?
Food time?
Food time.
Okay.
You getting it?
Yeah, I'll get it.
Spruce, are you gonna tell Mama that you're in here and you want your food like right away? Yeah. Mom.
What?
Mama.
What?
Where my food?
Well, it's coming.
Where? Well, like, I don't see it though. Tell her. Where's your food at?
These
I think
guys
he knows
are
Mama gets
first.
hers first.
Come, Mama.
I. You guys stay out here with me. We're going to talk about that shed right there just a little bit. That's a fun one. That's an understatement, right, babe? Uh-oh.
What's wrong, Spruce? Am I not going quick enough?
No, there's no food in my bowl. You're definitely not.
I'm working on it.
Tell her about it. Usually this one will trigger him to make his noises. That was a new one. Still got the little whiny one in there too. Tell her what you need. Huh? Buh? Tell her get in here and feed you. What are you saying, buddy?
What is up, man?
Buddy, you gotta let her come in here
I
if
have
you
to
want
come
it.
in.
I'm getting there.
Excuse me, Weege. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness, dude!
Here. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
He does such a good job, though. At least you drop Ouija's. Oh no, you go out. Oh no, what are you doing? You switching sides?
It's fine.
Oh,
You're fine.
that hurts me. All right, Blues Crew. Buddy, you guys stay out here, okay? Come on, Bluesy. Good job. They're getting so good about it.
They are, but Harry still runs and tries to hit the feed out of your hand.
Yeah, I still got to do a fake out, and I pretty much just have to watch him. Come over here, Bluesy. There you go. Yeah, they play a little swap feeders, but there you go. Larry makes room for them. They get plenty to eat.
They all three push each other out of there.
Oh yeah. Well, in fact, Koopa, and he's already done eating, but when they finish eating, little Mario, look, he'll fight with Mama a little bit and just say, hey, I want some of that grain that's left in there. She says, no, son. Look at him though.
He's standing up to her.
Oh, he stands up to her. He stands up to Herc. He's got a lot of Mario in him, I can tell you that. Fortunately though, now he's banded, so he won't have that side of Mario in him.
That's true. Everybody getting along in here now that your bowls have food in them? Did you get a bomb?
Oh yeah. And I wore the other boots today that have the deeper tread, so I'm just carrying it with me.
Oh, yay.
It's fun.
It happens.
What do you think, little guy? Are your mom and brother finishing off every last drop of the powder? He's just
They're so curious. No weeds. Hey. Okay, well that's a little unnecessary. Come on.
The sad thing is Spruce knows that we are defending him right now.
Oh, I know.
And so he's licking every piece of the powder.
It's a little extreme.
Yeah. By starving, Mommy, is the thing. That's the thing is.
You're not starving.
I don't get enough to eat around here. My belly not touching the ground yet.
You don't, that's not how you should be. Your belly shouldn't be touching the ground.
Are you sure? Look at Ouija's. He's about there.
Oh, that was a little rude.
He's
gonna
even
take
taller.
that Ouija.
Uh-oh.
He's not gonna take it. Oh. That's what you get for calling him fat.
I tell you what, though, one of these days, buddy, I think you're going to have a little size on Mr. Ouija.
I love how he licks his lips like that.
Oh, yeah. Every last bit of powder. Nom, 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 nom. So good.
You're so silly.
He just let out a little goat sigh.
We just taking it all now. Hello, Koopa. Was that a good breakfast? Huh? Did you have a good breakfast? Yeah? So we've talked about them being clothes chewers. The other thing that I have to worry about is these two, little Mario and Koopa, will chew on my hair. So if I'm not careful, if I leave it down or get it in their faces, they're chewing on it just like they are our strings. Don't eat that, buddy. No. Here, I'll tuck it away. All better. Well, not for you because you want something to chew on, but all better for me. Mm-hmm. Yeah. What do you think? Blues crew, are you ready to get out? Luigi and Spruce always have to go check the other feeders as soon as they're let free. Hey, Hair Bear. What do you think, Luigi? What do you think? Is it your turn to get some attention? Yeah. Okay. Okay. You don't have to be that close. No, you don't. What do you think, dude? You finished off Spruce's food. You came over here and you finished off the Blues crew food. Did you just ask me if I have a knife?
Yeah.
I can't believe you don't have one.
Well, I had to take my knife and everything off whenever I was putting my bibs on, sat them on the counter, and then I forgot to put them back on.
Good thing I had mine.
This is the one and only time
No, it's not.
this has ever happened.
No, it isn't.
Find evidence otherwise. Yeah, you got nothing. I saw that face.
But the point is, I had my knife with me.
Which is way, way more rare than me forgetting mine.
No, I just keep it in the pocket of my bibs over here, and then I always have it with me.
Alrighty. This was just a test. I have 2 knives on me, actually.
Oh, good thing I wasn't pointing the camera at you because I was trying to get poop off my shoe. Speaking of poo, we got some poo talk today, huh?
I got poo shoes. Those are poo issues. I was thinking about it last night, and I was like, man, we got to be honest. We got to share some of real life and the things that our day might consist of.
Yeah.
And it just so happens to be a poop issue, a pretty big one.
It is a pretty big one, actually.
It's kind of a showstopper if we can't get it fixed. Like I'm gonna have to get real down and dirty with it.
None of us want that.
A poo shoe, man. It's a poo shoe. Poo issue? A poo issue. Push shoe. It's a piss shoe. No, that's not.
I don't think you can say that one.
That's a poo shoe.
They're all over here thinking I'm gonna give them animal crackers. What's up, man? Is that like your demand for animal crackers? What do you think?
What's up, buddy?
Everybody's gonna kind of start gathering around.
Nope.
You think you deserve an animal cracker today?
Lamar just puts his head right in there. This is perfect.
They're like, thanks for the fresh hay. Come on, Harry. Guess who sees you?
Oh, I know. This is the #1 targeted hay feeder. I think it's just out here in the open where they can kind of keep an eye on us up there. Always the first one to disappear, isn't it, buddy?
It is the first one to empty out. And then Mr. Sprucers has been laying down here at night in the hay.
Well, he's a guard goat.
He is a guard goat.
He lets Herc take a nap every once in a while, and he keeps an eye out. If he hears or sees anything, and then he's out of his house and he's on it. On it.
Deputy Spruce.
He's the deputy around here. And don't ever forget about it, neither. If you do, I'll tell you. I'll show you who the boss is. I tell that Herc what to do. He ain't the sheriff, I'm the sheriff.
Do you think you're the sheriff?
No, I know it.
I think you're just the deputy.
Mom, whose side are you on? Mine or deputy's?
I'm on everybody's side.
No. I'm the favorite.
You're getting rained on, Sprucers.
Didn't even recognize you, buddy.
You're getting hay rained on. He doesn't even care. Not even phased.
Oh, no.
I heard it. Was that big drink good? Yeah, I heard you getting that big old drink.
That's a good boy. That's my good boy.
I don't know if you've ever noticed this, but goats are some loud eaters.
I have one right in my ear nibbling on my hat and licking the salt and things, so yeah, I've noticed. It's kind of funny to me whenever they eat animal crackers too, because you don't get to hear them crunch very often. What are we doing, buddy?
He says, I'm nibbling on your hat like you told me.
Look at this ham down here. Golly. What a rough life you got, buddy. I know it. It's hard to do my job, you know.
Is it? Because I think I sent a picture to your daddy of you laying on your back with your feet in the air last night in your house while Spruce was on duty.
I never lay like that, Mom, ever.
Never?
See? No, yes, this is my
Like right
side.
now? Never?
This is my back. Were you confused? How did I look?
You look great.
Silly boy.
Loving life.
Silly boy. Get some sunshine today, aren't you? Oh, big stretches.
Golly, you're so cute, Herc.
He knows it. He knows it, don't you, buddy? Well, he's gonna get to bark at somebody today, because I gotta confess. I gotta tattle on myself, big guy. Not tattle, I just gotta be honest.
I was gonna say, it's not tattling, it's being realistic.
Yeah. So you guys know, we told you that we needed a new hay and straw and feed storage down here because our little makeshift stuff over here is just kind of deteriorating. So we were offered a sponsorship with the Patio Well Shed, and I'm very grateful that they came through. But I built the subfloor for it, put a little time into that, invested a little bit in that, and then I started on the assembly. But I just gotta put it out there. I've talked to Chad about it, I've talked to Dad about it. This thing is daunting. There's a lot of pieces, and definitely the step that I'm at next, I've got to have a partner. I can't do it by myself, but each one of those little sheets goes on, and then you put little screws into the outer frame. And I'm not knocking the product, because I think this would be a great product for people who are good at putting these things together. I don't know if you actually exist, but I might need your help in the future. It's hard for me. After I built the subfloor, I was like, well, I could just go buy some 2x4s or tear down some of our big pallets in there, and I could just quickly throw up a stick frame and then take all of our scrap sheet metal and just, you know, tack it up on the outside, which would be a lot easier to assemble by far than trying to hold these pieces up and screw down here. And yeah, so I'm working on that. I can't knock the product. I mean, everybody knew, you come in 4 boxes for one building, you know there's a lot of pieces in there and they all got letters and names and things. And really I need like a 20 by 20 space to lay it all out, to see it and be able to go pick it easily. But out here, you know, you just open the boxes and you just, oh man, just fly through it. What am I saying? I'm saying it's a challenge. It's a challenge. There's this type of shed, and then there's my shed. And it's hard.
And the truth of the matter is, there's a million pieces, and it does get overwhelming.
Maybe 2 million.
Maybe 2 million.
I'm very excited to have it done, but finding the motivation to get it done has been a struggle. Plus we had rainy days and it was really cold, so it kind of threw me off in the middle of the project. So I reached deep down into my soul and did something I'm not very good at doing, and I text my friend Stan up the road, and he offered to come down and help, and we'll try to power through it. So very grateful for Stan, looking forward to having another person to help me on this.
Absolutely.
Which Shannon offered, but she's got to edit the video and she doesn't want anything to do with it, if I'm being honest.
It's not that I don't want anything to do with it, but when new projects come up and it's all a learning curve, sometimes it's better if I'm not the one standing over Kyle saying, what's next? What's next? What do we do? What do you want me to do? It's just better for me to step away.
Not sometimes, yeah. No, all the time, yeah.
All the time.
I don't need you over me asking all the questions.
So yeah, needless to say, we're not always the greatest at putting projects together whenever it's 10 million pieces like this.
So hopefully in the coming days, we'll actually have this thing done and I can give you a full assessment and tell you how much fun it was to finish it out. And you know, it's gonna serve its purpose, I think. It's coming along. Just gotta power through it and get her done.
Yeah.
Ooh, she's letting me pet her, and Herc is in here. But he doesn't like it when we pet his goats and not him. But we're working on it, aren't we? Good job, Blue. Don't touch her. She doesn't need a high five. She doesn't need a hug. She doesn't need a back nibble. And she definitely doesn't want to play chase with you. What do you see? I love that you watch the aerial threats too. It cracks me up. That's interesting.
She totally just let him sniff her. That's great.
That is great. That is. He did it all three of them. He started with Harry and she was watching, and then he moved to Blue and over to Larry, and they all stayed calm.
That's fantastic.
Maybe they're starting to figure out that it's them.
That's the problem.
If they just let him come up and move on like he can with all the other goats, there's not a problem. What's up, little boys? Oh, my little Mario. Mr. Koopa. Oh, no.
Watch those hooves.
Whose neck is bigger? Let's see here.
I think little Mario's neck is bigger.
They're pretty... Dude, don't eat my strings. They're pretty similar in size. You know, there's a clear difference between... You guys have already destroyed these hoodie strings. There's a clear difference in size between Larry and Harry. But these two, they both play the alpha role, and they're both the same size and have the same, I don't know, they're a little different than how Mario and Luigi's relationship was. Larry and Harry. Be interested to see how these guys are as they grow up. Besides, super friendly. Yeah. I know it. They're growing like weeds. Yeah.
They are getting big.
Get it, Koopa. You silly boy. So here's our poo shoe that we were talking about. The poo issue. I just make words up. Right now, we are kind of at a standstill and may not be able to use the bathroom in our camper.
That's a problem.
I mean, that's a big problem. This is the only bathroom we have out here besides, you know, all this out here. But I made a little mistake. But I kind of want to explain it to you so that you get to understand the fun things that randomly pop up out here and get really disgusting. So if you're new to the channel or you're new to RVs or campers in general, quick little overview. You have a black tank and a gray tank, and I think a galley, is that what they call the other one?
Yes.
Yeah, so in essence you have two gray tanks and a black tank. The black tank is for all things toilet. The gray tank is your shower, your sinks, and any waters that aren't going to have solids in them. So the way that I plumbed this is that goes down to our septic back behind the camper. And so I've just got the plumbing. This is the black tank tube here, and then that one on the other side of the insulation is the gray tank. So the two gray tanks are in line with the black tank, but basically leaving this one open all the time. After I empty the black tank, all the gray water will continue to kind of clean the pipe, if you will, and keep solids and things from holding still in here. And it's been a really good method. It's worked great since we started, other than some smell when it's like 105 degrees out. We don't want to talk about that. But anyway, your black tank you cannot leave open, because if you think about it, if solids are going in and liquids are going in, but all the liquids are just immediately rushing through the tank, your solids are just going to sit still in your tank. And I think they call it a poop pyramid in the RV world. I'm not making that up. But you could imagine how that's going to build up over time. This last time I emptied the black tank, I went all in, kind of used the RV chemicals and cleaned it, and I have a flush hose that runs under the camper, comes up in on the other side, and that sprays water into the black tank. So if I've got it open and I'm flushing it, I can switch the water over to that and it cleans it out. So I went through all of that last time, let the water run for 20-30 minutes, and I was feeling really good about it. And then our black tank is about full again, so I asked Shannon yesterday if she'd mind opening it. She came out, tried to open it, and it wouldn't open. She's like, I'm not strong enough, I can't get it open. I was like, it's usually kind of pressurized, like it comes out pretty easy. I forgot to close the black tank after I did that full cleaning. So we have a full black tank right now, and I closed this back up, put some extra chemicals in there, trying to treat it, let it break down to see if we can get it flowing again. But as it stands right now, I have a full black tank that when I open it, nothing flows out. That was as of last night. So we got to open it and see
Hopefully it'll
if anything
drain.
will flow. Because if it won't, then I'm gonna have to get a little messy, undo some of my plumbing here, and I think I gotta stick a hose up the drain tube and spray to break up the contents and get them to flow. But when you do that, it's coming right back out at you. So I'm not looking forward to doing that. So I'm fearful, you know, if I pull that and nothing flows, my next step would be to hook up this flush hose and intentionally fill the black tank, you know, as full as it can be. Like right now, we still got a little bit of flush room. And then you can tell that by when you flush the toilet. As the black tank gets fuller, obviously it's going to pressurize, kind of compress that air above the fluid and solids. And so when you go to flush and it removes the cap or pulls it back or whatever, there's a little bubble and it'll burp at you. And that's how you know, like, hey, you've only got so many more flushes before you got to empty your black tank. Yeah. And it's something we do regularly, every week, sometimes multiple times a week. You know, you always want to keep a clean black tank, keep it flowing, keep your good chemicals in there to keep the smells down, especially if you're living in them full time.
And the last thing you want is to get up first thing in the morning, go to the bathroom, and then you can't flush and have to go out in the freezing cold weather. So that's not what you want.
That's never happened.
Never.
This week. So if I pull this and nothing flows, then we debate going ahead and turning that on to get more fluid in there to help get things moving.
Yes. What we have to be careful about is you don't want to start putting water in your black tank to flush it, but it not actually be draining, because then you run the possibility of it filling up the black tank and overflowing on the inside. And that's the last thing that we want to have happen.
Yeah, that makes a bad situation go even worse.
Way worse. So cross our fingers, say a little prayer. I'm praying that this works.
I feel like we give you guys too much poo content. I'm really sorry, but it's real world. Like, we're not trying to set this up. This is reality. It's what happened. And you're going to go through it with us. Remember the video where I was cutting these off I could plumb them in, and I just all the gray water. I was like, guys, don't forget to flush your gray water. And then I cut that thing.
All over you.
Yeah, so hopefully that didn't happen here, right?
Hey, I think that was a lesson learned.
All right, drum roll. It's flowing. With that flowing, I'm going to put this back on it and flush it out.
Okay.
Now, I did yesterday, I have some like potent tablets that you put in there that it's really intended to be in there for like at least 12 hours, realistically 24 hours or even longer. And it's a little bit harsh, so it's not something you use every single time. But in a panic last night, that's what I put in there to start the process. So that tablet has been in there now, I think we're coming up on about 18 hours. I probably could have waited and tried that later, but you know, we want to be able to go to the bathroom today. So this is what's going to bring water into the black tank and help flow it out. But I want to make sure all the solids went on down and then I can hear water flowing.
I think I hear water flowing.
This makes me happy. I was so nervous and stressed about this last night and tried not to let it get to me. But what I did when I had that on, at first, you couldn't hear it flowing quite as well as we should have. So I closed, Shannon kept an eye on the toilet to make sure we weren't gonna fill the camper. But I turned that on, closed the black tank for a minute so that some of the water could build up with whatever else was in there. And then you open it back up and I heard a pretty good rush.
Okay.
And now I'm hearing the consistent flow like I expect to.
That's good. That's fantastic.
Thank the Lord. Little things like that, man, that can go and change a day or a week.
Drastically.
Well, who's this visitor? Oh, your fur, honey.
The princess is due for a spa day.
This girl, oh. She's just like all the rest of the animals.
Golly.
No, I'm not. I'm a princess. I'm a
Princess
pretty
Nala.
girl. Yeah, she's got about 3 coats of fur. So every time we come into the winter, she's got to shed through about 2.5, and she gets all these little tufts. And we pull those things out all day, every single day, and they just keep coming back.
Yep.
The girl has more fur than any animal I've ever met. But she's beautiful. We love her.
She is beautiful. Okay, well, this is a good sign. It does smell really bad. Just so you guys all know, you can't smell that. I wish you had smell-o-vision, but it does not smell good.
That's one thing to know, guys. I don't know if anybody else talks about it that lives in a camper or has lived in a camper, but this is not a pretty process. And I went through quite a bit to get this septic plumbed. I think I replumbed it like, what, 3 or 4 times?
I lost track. I don't even know.
I was very pleased with this setup. It doesn't need my attention ever other than coming out and doing this stuff. I just failed to close the black tank last time, and lesson learned.
Which is actually a really easy thing to do. You open it up thinking, okay, I'm gonna leave it open, let it drain. I'll come back to it in 10, 15 minutes. You get busy, you get distracted, you forget. It happens.
And nobody wants to stand back here and sniff it while it's
Well, no, that's why I was
draining.
like, it stinks back here. Nobody wants to stand out here and just smell it nonstop.
I could just stand here and listen to that water flow, though, the amount of peace that gives me. That I don't have to. I know somebody that had a camper and they used it seasonally, and they had forgot to clear the black tank. So when he went to use it the next season, yeah, that's how he learned and taught me that you got to shoot water up the out pipe to get it clear. That is not pleasant.
Come on, let's go down the driveway.
We got a package to get. Boy, I tell you what, I was really, really stressed and worried about that. That is a big deal if you don't have a toilet. We obviously, you know, could make accommodations, but only for a very, very short period of time. Almost as important as water in my
A little
mind.
bit easier for you to make accommodations than me to make accommodations.
That's very true.
Yeah.
Yeah. I pretty much use the outdoors for, you know, everything.
I don't.
Yeah. So what a relief. You know, simple things like that makes my day. I feel good about it. So now I'm gonna give Stan the man a shout and see if he can come up and lend a helping hand on that shed over there, and maybe just give me a little bit of spark of motivation that I need to keep going.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, we appreciate him a ton, and I'm really excited to show you what this is, but that'll be in the next video. Actually, look, it's that. That's all you get to know. I'm really excited about this one. All right, guys, well, we hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving. We love and appreciate each and every one of you, and as always, we'll see you in the next one.
Bye. Come on, Nala.
Atta girl.